It's Jamal Crawford, and you guys are watching Ball Don't Stop. Check it out. That's why I don't turn down pitchers or anything, because I remember being the kid who got turned down.
Yeah.
I remember guys who were nice to me
Yeah.
when I was growing up, and I remember guys who were not so nice.
Yeah.
You know, and both of those memories stuck with me.
Yeah.
And I said, if I'm ever in that position, I know how I'm going to treat people. I think that's why I'm talking about steering that in, this generation, because a lot of guys that came after me, you're not better than anybody because you're a pro athlete. You know, pro athletes come and go. Even if you're blessed enough to make it, if you don't do the right things and treat people with respect, forget it. And just, I don't know, I just think some people, not even just in athletics, in sports, but some people just think once they accomplish something, yeah, I'm on top of the world, you guys ain't nothing down here. You know what I mean? That's not right.
No.
I honestly couldn't sleep with myself at night knowing that, you know what I mean? I'm fronting on people, that's not right at all.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I helped do in Seattle was show that just because you make it to a certain level, you don't have to start treating people different. Mm-hmm. It's cool to be normal. Just because you get to a certain level, you don't have to start, being rude or being arrogant. You can still be cool and be touchable and be reachable.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I think that's one of the things that I kind of help steer in for sure. I don't care what fan at the end of the day says anything about me as far as negative stuff. It used to really bother me, but when my heroes like my game, that's it for me. Oh man, what's funny is we were just talking about that in the gym over the last couple of weeks, and it's so hard. I don't know if I could narrow down 5, but 3 names that consistently came up was Jason Terry, Brandon Roy, and myself. And then you had some people say Mike Dickerson, you had some people say Doug Christie. Doug Christie's on my list, he would be. You had people say James Edwards, you had people say Clint Richardson, Nate Robinson. So I honestly don't know. It'd be tough to narrow it down, but I think for certain 3 of the 5 are in there. In Vancouver, in Portland, and Seattle. And that was the best, because being in the Midwest, in Chicago, in New York, you only came here one time. So to hit that whole West Coast and your family come to each game and playing in the Key Arena is electric. I think Allen Iverson had more influence on my game than any other player I ever watched.
Yeah.
And I love Michael Jordan, I love Isaiah, I love Magic, but I love Kobe, I love Gary Payton, but AI had more influence on my game personally. I had 35 pictures of him on my wall. Wow. Seriously, you can ask my mom to this day. In my apartment in high school, I had 35 cutout pictures from magazines on my wall. It was all Allen Iverson, it wasn't one other person. And with him and Jada, Allen Iverson is my favorite player. The reason I went to Brandblack was because I saw Allen Iverson with Reebok. I didn't want to be just with Nike or Adidas or any other big company. I think of Reebok, I think of Allen Iverson. And he made Reeboks cool to me. So I was hoping to have the same effect on kids with Brandblack 10 years, 15 years down the line. When I was my full switch to 2 guard, because I was a point guard at first. And I had a good game. At the time, it was my career high. I had 33 points and 8 assists. You could look up the game. And we were guarding each other the whole time pretty much. I'm yeah, we won. I played against my idol. I'm I thought I played pretty good defense. He had 42.
Wow.
He's I think that's where analytics come in, because that's a lot of guys who don't really understand the game. He shoots 49% and 40, and so he's a good player. That's not true. How many of those shots came when nobody else wanted the ball and he's he had to throw up a shot? Or how many shots came against double teams? Or how many shots came with there's a man and a half helping? Or you know what I mean? They don't see all that. They really understand it. That's why Rick Brunson told me a long time ago, you're as good as your peers think you are. Because they're the ones who actually have to lace them up against you. They know what's real and what's not. And if you ask any of the biggest players in the world about me, they'd be oh, from Kobe to Durant to Harden to Curry to D-Wade to LeBron to whoever. Whoever you think is the best player, ask them about me or whoever else, and they'll give you an honest answer. It's not this guy saying, oh, it was horrible shot selection. just a tough shot for you doesn't mean it's a tough shot for me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, and they have the power of the pen. So you can miss 8 shots and they kill you.
Exactly.
You make the 9th shot of the game where, oh, he's a hero. Well, if I'd have missed that shot, I'd be like, oh, he shouldn't have been taking that shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not. So I just learned to not let it affect me. I go far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go far. Yeah, I go Elite 8.
Right.
For sure. Because then, I mean, you can have guys like Melo who are really big.
Exactly.
Obviously, but just like getting your own shot and I'll be near the top. And I'm not being cocky, but I'll be honest with you guys and what I believe. Yeah. Because I feel like no matter how good a defender is, if you're a good offensive player, you can get enough space to get something. It starts, I live clean. When I say that, I mean I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party. So I think that helps tremendously.
Yeah.
I think I'm in love with the game. You know, because at this point, certain people, obviously you're supposed to start thinking about other things after year 2, 3, 4, whatever. But I still, no matter what I've done outside, I've always been locked into basketball. So that's always been the most important thing for me. For me, I stayed locked in, I'm still in love with the game. It's not like, oh, well, I'll take off a month and a half, 2 months and get back into it. No, I'm in this every day. Like I loved this before I loved anything else. Before I had kids, before I had my wife, before I had anything, it was me and my ball. So I'm true to the game. I think God's blessed me with that as far as staying healthy and longevity. And then just I think the body structure, like you said, I think being light. I think, especially the way the rules are now, you can't really touch. You know what I mean? It's no contact. I think that all plays to my benefit. You know, like when a rapper, like say a rapper gets killed or whatever, or passes, then everybody starts like, oh man, he was so good. They didn't really appreciate him while he was here. Jay-Z's kind of going through that. Like Jay-Z said, he's like, you guys say I'm not better than Big and Pac, but you guys kind of got me going against Ghost. Like they're not here. If I wasn't here right now, you guys would be like, oh, Jay-Z's the best by far because of the longevity and how good he's been for so long. But it's just tough. I don't think we appreciate people until they're gone, unfortunately. My top 3 all time is Jay-Z, Tupac, no, not in order, and Biggie. Those 3, Nas and Andre. I'm a big Andre 3000 fan. Okay. To me, he kind of goes in line with how I play basketball. Like it's just different. To today, I listen to a lot of. I like Drake. I like Kendrick. I love Kendrick Lamar. J. Cole, Wale. Like, it's kind of almost tied together. You see things, you know what I mean? It has been, but now it's, I think, more than ever. You know what I mean? Like, it would be cool back in the day to see Chris Webber and Nas be tight, or Redman and AI. You know what I mean? Like, just to see them together somewhere. But now you see guys doing rap labels together and music together. I think that's kind of lacking. I think Steph and Kyrie of this generation, even James Harden, are kind of bringing it back. Westbrook, guys like Durant, guys like that. But other than that, it's like there was Iverson, there was Steve Francis, Baron Davis, and it kind of dipped off. Then me, I guess, in that next class, and it kind of dipped off. The 3 that jump out at me is the Heinrich move, I guess.
Fall. Now here's Crawford the other way. Great move. Wow. Terrific game for Crawford.
And they take the lead.
He's got 15 points.
The Wesley Matthews move.
Look at that. Oh, me, oh my.
Real.
All right, Randolph behind the back, between the legs. Not only did he freeze his defense.
Oh man, that was crazy because I missed my first 4 shots. One of them was a dunk, if you go back and look. Then I hit 16 straight shots. I think it was 42 straight points from the first to almost, from the second to almost the 4th quarter. But I mean, that's like a video game. So I had 50 different times, but that 50 was like no other. I'm not sure I can ever get that hot again. No. 8 of the 16 shots were 3s. Walt Clyde Frazier came to me after the game, was like the most I ever hit in the NBA was 8 straight shots. 8 of my 16 were 3, going against Dwayne Wade. And the defending champ at that time, they just won the championship the year before, man. Honestly, and this is not a cocky statement, and I'm not saying I'm the best punter because I know I'm not. But I wouldn't trade my game for nobody else. I love the style of play I play because it's always been true to who I am. And I think for what I do, there aren't many people who can do it like that.